Hello and welcome to another fun and exciting point of sale related video. Purpose of this video is how to set up the Cloud Retailer point of sale software for curbside pickup. Been getting lots of requests from retailers who are adapting to the coronavirus situation, and one of those things is allowing for curbside pickup. Now, depending on the layout of your store, this could be as simple as packing everything up at one of the existing point of sale stations and running electrical and Ethernet or Wi-Fi out the front door and just putting everything on a cart. However, some of you, the store layout will not allow for that, so this is probably the quickest and easiest and low cost way to set something up on a interim or temporary basis. So what you will need here is you'll need a cart to put everything on. Doesn't have to be this one. If you have something you use in the warehouse or your receiving area, that's just fine. Just something to set everything on. If you cannot relocate your payment terminals, then you'll need a phone or some sort of device with Square, one of those little readers. And then we're going to need a Windows-based device, whether that's a laptop or a computer or a tablet, just whatever you might have around or could easily get. So here's kind of the checklist. This device, whether it be again a laptop or a tablet, needs to have Cloud Retailer POS on it, which means you'll need to have that installed and make sure that the license key is active. Now, whether you are going to reallocate an existing license key or purchase an additional lane, either way that can be done, and it is not an intensive process. The idea here is to have something that you could be up and running within, say, about 2 or 3 hours is all it would take. All right, you are also going to need internet connection, whether that's Wi-Fi or if you run an Ethernet cable out the door. That just depends on your situation. Depending on what device you are using, you may need power. Again, we talked about having Ethernet or Wi-Fi. You'll need to set up a tender type if we're using the Square device, and I'll show you that in a moment here. Make sure this device, again, when I say device, I mean laptop, tablet, computer, make sure it's running Microsoft Windows as the operating system. And then optionally, you'd want a barcode scanner or a receipt printer. Again, those are optional. Keep in mind that some of these, besides requiring USB connections, also require power, so that may also play into what you end up using. So we mentioned tender types, and I want to stress too that assistance is available for doing this, because you will likely need us to install Cloud Retailer POS if it's a device that has not previously been running Cloud Retailer POS. So when that is done, the technician will get everything set up for you, and then you also want to make sure that your tender or your payment types are set up to include the Square device. So I'm in Cloud Retailer, going to admin, type in PAY so I can get right to payment methods, and then we're going to be creating a new payment method, and we can just call this Square device. And be setting it up for credit card. And then some of this you may not be using. Display order is just how it appears when you go to the tender screen in Cloud Retailer. And I'm not going to do any of these other checkboxes because again, we're just doing something simple and kind of on an interim or short-term basis. And then be sure to select what locations this is available at, and we are going to save it. All right. I realize that's kind of a very brief overview of just one way of doing things. Again, criteria here is to keep this low cost and something that you can do realistically very quickly. For assistance, there will be contact information in the video description. Thanks for watching.